is breaking news.
Good afternoon. We have some breaking news about the Seattle mayoral race. Mayor Bruce Harrell speaking publicly for the first time since Fox 13 and others projected challenger Katie Wilson to be the winner.
Now, this is technically a city announcement in his capacity as mayor, but we expect him to address the election. Let's listen in together.
My remarks. I'm standing, of course, with my lovely wife, Joanne, and I want to... I, of course, want to thank all of you for being here with me today. I just spoke with Mayor-elect Katie Wilson to congratulate her on a hard-fought victory. I let her know that our team is standing by to make noise in the background. I let her know that our team is standing by to begin the transition work without hesitation, and that I look forward to welcoming her to City Hall in the near future, and I wish her well, and it was a very delightful conversation. So I feel very good about that conversation, and I feel very good about the future for this country and this city still. That is the attitude we have to have, and I hope that everyone that can hear the sound of my voice feels the same. I've said repeatedly that this job does not belong to one person. It certainly didn't belong to me. You know, I simply borrowed the title of the mayor to enjoy a wonderful opportunity to serve the public. And it's been my absolute honor, the honor of my lifetime, to serve in this role. Now, for you history buffs, I do want to remind you that I was both the 54th and the 57th mayor of this city of Seattle. I won my full credit for those 5 days in 2017. And I want to ground this in a quote that I think is very apropos. Don't fear failure. It's not failure, but low aim, that's the crime. In great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. And I ask those that are thinking about public service, those who are in public services, those that are in private sector, and whatever you do, aim high. And you will never fail. You will learn. I have to tell you, this morning I spoke with our mayor's office and I spoke with our cabinet members, and I have to tell you that I'm so grateful for the team we've built here in the mayor's office and in our cabinet. I mean, phenomenal human beings. The caliber of service-driven leaders who come together every single day to simply do things for others. It's been my honor to serve them. They always seem to put the needs of the city first. They are not politically motivated, driven by human power, human emotion, intellect, creativity, innovation, mission-driven. In the 16 years of public service that I've given Seattle, I've made, by the way, exactly 16 mistakes. One each year. Unfortunately, it's the same mistake every year, and that mistake is every year I wanted to deliver a speech, or particularly the State of the City speech, I actually wanted to rap it. I wanted to spit a rhyme. I wanted to unleash it. But I was smartly overruled. My wife said we've been together a long time. She has put up with me for a long time, and I think I've embarrassed her enough over the years, and I wouldn't embarrass her with trying to rap. But in all seriousness, I really take pride in what I have the department leaders here. I have cabinet members here. I really take pride in what you've been able to do. We reinvented the officer recruiting and restored staff from the 1990 levels in unprecedented levels of police officers, 150 officers hired this year. We should be very proud of that. Everyone pitched in to get the culture we wanted. We built from scratch the care department, which is going to be what new policing will be all about. Seattle is the largest city in the country with this kind of model and with the contract currently in front of the city council. And I want to take pause to recognize the city council members here for their fine service, that we will unlock the true potential of what a public safety paradigm shift really looks like. We championed the dual public health and public safety approach has led to more than a 25% reduction in fatal overdoses in Seattle. We are literally saving lives. We invested over $1 billion in affordable housing, and we're set to spend, because of the generosity of the voters, $1 billion throughout the housing levy. And under our administration, we created, opened, funded, and preserved over 8,000 units of affordable housing. We should be proud of that work. This is the work that you did. We restored hundreds of parks and playfields and sidewalks and public safety, public spaces, and reduced encampments by 80% while investing and helping thousands of people move into shelter, increasing the number of people from moving from shelter to housing by 50%. This is the work that you all did. It was not about me, and it's never been about me. When voters this year committed to making the same level of generational investments into the Every Child, $1.3 billion Every Child Ready initiative, every child that goes to Seattle Public Schools, like Jimmy Buchanan and me, hard heads at Garfield High School, who didn't have a lot of means. Every one of these kids now, Jimmy, will be able to go to school 2 years from college because of the work you all did. 4,500 slots for child care and pre-kindergartner slots. We brought downtown back from life support. We brought the waterfront to fruition. We rewrote the tax code, giving 90% of Seattle's small and medium businesses a tax break. We passed nation-leading building emissions performance standards and took climate action that ensures Seattle will continue to be recognized as a climate leader in this world. That's the work that you did. We won the right to host the 2026 FIFA games and delivered to the major baseball leagues one of the most memorable all-star experiences they've ever had. You all did that work. It was never about me to begin with. I'm very, very proud of the work that you put in. When we talk about pedestrianizing certain areas that have not been pedestrianized before, look at Pike Place Market. Look what we're trying to do, reimagining, for example, what our downtown will be. That is the work you did, and it was not my vision alone. It was your ideas that pushed us and said, can we do this? Can we do more? We've reimagined what the Seattle Center will look like with Memorial Stadium. I'm looking people in the eyes because I'm thanking them with my mind, by the way. I'm thanking them with my mind, because when we talked about Memorial Stadium, we thought bigger than that. What can that whole campus that put us on the map in 1962, what can that look like moving forward in the future? That is our legacy, not my legacy. That is our collective legacy. Thank you, my team. Thank you. I said earlier, I am honored to serve you. It is my honor to be with you. But that's work that we've done and the work that's in progress. Let's talk about the future. The Wilson administration will have new ideas. They will have a new vision. By winning the election, they have earned that right. We must listen to the young voters. We realize that when I had won in 2021 to this current election, there were 12,000 more ballots of people who voted. New people with new ideas. There were over 15,000 new registered voters. The young people believe their voices are not being heard. They're seeing due process violated. They're seeing a throwback in history of this country that we love, a throwback into racism and unfairness. We have to listen to these young voices. While it is very seductive to stay in campaign mode and look at the Wilson administration from a competitive lens, I will not do that. I believe in my heart, and this is one of the few times in going on 4 decades I will speak for my wife. I believe in our hearts that they want the same thing: fairness, justice, peace, equity, equality. They're going to fight for safety. Their administration will fight for educational opportunities. They will fight for environmental sustainability. And I pray that they are fighting with love. If there's one legacy that I want to leave, is that I tried to leave with love. My humor is a form of love. That wasn't a joke, Jada. Many people grew up with me, and I haven't changed. I used to say that in Little League Baseball. That through pain, Nate, through pain, you got to smile through it. Yeah. As I said to my cabinet, I'm known to crack jokes at funerals. That's when you need it the most. We're going to be fine. The city's going to be fine. Why? Because of all of you. All of you. So there's a few folks I'm going to thank, and I'm going to get in trouble here because I only scribbled a few names, and I didn't know all of you, Don Mason, were going to be here. So I'm going to thank you, just because you're. But I want to say, I'm going to say, Marta Johnson, we've just fallen in love. Yay, Marta, thank you. And Nicole Munoz Casadalt, I want to say thank you, Nicole. We love you so much. You are my new adopted daughter. And many, many volunteers, quite frankly, too many to name, but know that you won't be getting Christmas presents from us, but you have our sincere love, very sincere love. I'm going to embarrass some people, but this is my swan song. I could do that, right, Markham? I can embarrass people during this? Okay, Markham said I could. Christian Sinnerman, I need to thank you, my friend, because Christian doesn't like attention. I've relied on Christian for 16 years, and you are a good person. You are a person of high integrity. You have a North Star that no one should ever question. I'm getting a little emotional. Thank you, my friend. My spokesperson, Jamie Housen. Where's Jamie? I loved arguing with Jamie because they stop, and then 5 minutes later you forgot we were arguing, and I can't even remember who wins the arguments half the time. But you are nothing short of brilliant, my friend, and you have a promising career in front of you no matter what you do. I want to thank you for being my friend, being my son. I love you very much. Thank you, Jamie Housen. And I'm going to just start rattling off some names here. Andrew Meyerberg, you are smart and hardworking. Thank you, Andrew Meyerberg. Tiffany Washington. I'm going to mention 3 in one breath here. Tiffany Washington, Natalie Walton Anderson, and Adia Emery. And the reason I mention them in the same breath is I called upon them. Can you raise your hands wherever you are? There you are. Yeah. I call upon these 3 people to take some of the most difficult work, difficult portfolios: public safety, housing, transportation. Figure it all out and make our city safe, clean. Make it allowable to everyone, whether they are handicapped, disabled, whether they are without shelter. Do this difficult portfolio in the manner of love, and I need to thank you. Hamdi Mohammed, I love you. Where are you, Hamdi? I don't know where Hamdi is. Someone said in the cabinet, this morning that said, you have a secret gift, Harrell. You see people. Jennifer Childs said, I love you, Jennifer. She said, you see people. And I do recognize talent. And along those lines, I want to thank Hamdi. I want to thank Greg Wong and Tim Burgess. Thank you very much. Tim is the butt of a lot of our jokes, by the way. Tim, I love you so much. Where's Tim? There's just a lot to work with Tim. There's a lot of material there, Tim, and it never ends. And I'm sorry, but Tim and I came in as politicians together in 2007. We won in 2008, and he's been a dear, dear friend, and I value you so much. And I can't commit to not joking about you when I leave the mayor's office, but I need you to know how much I love and respect you. Thank you very much, Tim Burgess. Jeremy Rocca and Jennifer Samuels, I'm going to say in the same breath because I see Jenny here. I know Jeremy Rocca's in New York, but you've been with me since 2007, 2008, and I can't thank you enough when we were on the city council. Dan Eder has just become a friend who's, where's Dan? I can't, Dan, of course Dan would be sitting in the back. Of course he would be, because he never wants attention. But he is such a strong, smart person who I love dearly. And I have to tell you, in our workplace, we literally tell each other we love each other in a very HR appropriate way, by the way. But we express that, and Dan knows how much I love and respect you. Krista Valdez probably didn't think I was going to get her a shout out, but I had to, because she's one of the people that I actually talked into working for our administration, and she has just been, I can't tell you, you went beyond. I had high expectations for you, and you went beyond those expectations, Kristen. I can't thank you enough. Miss Barbara Jarrett, where are you, Barbara? I got to call you out. I think many of you know Miss Jarrett was my high school teacher at Garfield and taught me a lot about black history, and was a graduate from Seattle University. And every single day I walk into the office, and by the way, I have a lot of city employees for you. I'm going to come back to this, Barbara. I have to tell you that I have to issue one more executive order before I leave office, and I will be mandating 5 days a week for every city employee till December. No, I'm just joking. Don't joke. Press, I was a joke. Press, I was joking. Getting back to Miss Jarrett. Every single day we walk into the office, you greet us with a smile. A warm smile, and that's how we start off today. And as I said this morning, I'm going to say it again, and we always tell our children two very simple lessons in life. In a workplace, be delightful. Be delightful. And number two, always be the first one to speak to someone. And my staff will say, I'll say, now what's that person's name? I'll say, Mike. Hey, Mike, nice seeing you again. Mike, how are you? The people that work in our office, they know how much we love one another. And it starts with a smile every single morning. I'm going to get in trouble with this, but I don't care at this point. Joy Hollingsworth, I got to call you out. Well, the applause says it all, Joy. You know how much I love you. And I'm counting on you. I'll just put it that way. Enough said, okay? And because you have 8 colleagues, I'm counting on all of you, by the way. We still have a budget that's being deliberated. We have some legislation we're considering. But Joy, you're very special, and I just wanted to say that publicly. Now, there are some of you who I didn't mention by name. I will talk to you. It's just because I want to have a little fun with that. There are community leaders here, people from the philanthropic circles, from business circles, from neighborhood circles, consultants. You are here because someone's probably paying you. No, I'm just kidding. I got to have fun. You know, I've had fun with this job for 4 years. You do know that, right? You're here because, again, it was never about me. It was always about the city. It was always about the people in the city. It's always about this country. I've said this before, and I believe this with all of my heart, that the answers in this country will be found here in Seattle. Everyone here, regardless as to what demographic you choose to claim, you care about race and social justice. You care about it. You care about climate change. You care about education. I know that for a fact. We may have different approaches on how we want to get there. And I say this loudly for the Wilson administration. We may have different tactics on how to get there, but I believe our core values are the same. And I cannot say that in other states. I cannot say that in other cities. I can say that from someone just born 8 blocks from here. I can say that about the city of Seattle, that you care about these things. And that is the One Seattle concept. I know people wanted to know, well, where was I going with this concept? It's going to the concept that above all else, we will focus on what we have in common. We cannot be defined by our differences. We could celebrate our differences only toward the path toward commonality. That's what differences do. And because my opponent and I might have had differences, I will focus on the next several years on what we have in common. And if we focus on that, we will all win. There are no winners and losers in the game of politics, the way I look at it. It's a continuum. Seattle will be fine. I will make sure of that. I'm not retired. I'm not going anywhere. So to close, I'll say this, and I'll respond to a few questions. I'm going to be asked 100 times, what am I going to do? What's next for you? What's the next chapter? So I want to say this right now and show a little vulnerability here, but I have to get it out, Jimmy. I have to get it out. I'm thinking about pursuing an acting career, coupled with a singing career. Singing with the little rap. Amar, I got a vision of taking a little Earth, Wind, and Fire and put a little something on top of it, is where I might be doing. I'm going to be known as Master B. Russi. My Master B. Russi. When you see me, call me Master B. Russi. Not exactly the reception of my new name I was hoping to get. Now, how many of you are seeing how Bruce is spelled, right? You're with me, right? Because it's not supposed to be funny. It's B. Russi. In all seriousness, I haven't written my next chapter yet. And many of you know I'm a man of faith. He writes our chapters. I will hit my knees with my wonderful wife, and we will figure out what our next chapter is, but we will know it will be based on incredible energy and love for this city and love for all of you. Our granddaughter, our youngest granddaughter, Emmy, we had to have some family get-togethers, and we said to her, well, how do you feel, Emmy? And she was happy. So you know I lost the election, right? Well, I'm happy. She says, I'm happy because I get my papa back. That's what she said. Yeah. And we had to miss a few things that I don't like missing because you can't get that time back. So if my rapping and singing career don't pan out, we will still be here serving you because you mean that much to me, to us, and we love all of you that have taken this journey with us. Thank you very, very much.